Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for your patience. The problem was all technically on my end, and so I am to blame. I'm sorry to keep you holding. Today, we chat about the smart home and all of the technology that we can manage with our mobile devices or directly on the device itself to keep our homes energy efficient and to actually make the most of all of the entertainment options that are now available in and out of the home. So we are going to award someone the amazing Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and that this device will actually ship tomorrow for delivery next week. And so this will arrive before Christmas and I believe also before Hanukkah. So if you stick around and you ask some good questions and perhaps tell us what you learned during the recap or during the chat, any good tips you got, we will pick a winner from that stream and we will be announcing it at the end of the recap. And the recap will be about another 15 minutes or so. So I am thrilled to welcome Sugar Jones. And you are in beautiful San Diego, California. I am a little envious of that since it's below freezing here in New York. How are you?
Well, it's finally raining here, so we're really happy. I mean, our state has been going through a drought. I mean, it's constantly in a drought. But some people don't understand is most of California is a desert. So we're really excited that it's raining here right now. It's like for us, it's just awesome. I know the freeways are probably crazy, but they're crazy anyway. So I think it's in the 50s, maybe the 60s. I don't
Yeah, say that quietly as we enter the
know.
deep freeze for the
I was
next 5 months.
I was trying to name a lower number to make it better, but it
No,
just isn't gonna
no,
do it.
not too many things can make it better. And plus, San Diego is such a beautiful city and great area of the world to live in, right next to the Pacific Ocean. I know that you're not that far. I see a lot of Instagram and fun shares with
Yeah.
you walking on the beach.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We actually live next to a lagoon and beyond that, the ocean, which is really, I mean, anybody that lives along the ocean is pretty stoked, pretty lucky.
Yeah, it's
But
great.
there are other
So
places
great.
that I love to visit that don't have oceans, so.
Yeah, so as you know, today we and I also wanted to make sure you all knew of this great new device. I know, Sugar, you have two little kids, and actually three, right? And the one of the things that parents fear the most is this idea of kids getting lost in the mall or Disneyland, Legoland, any of those places. It's absolutely the most frightening thing. Did you ever lose any of your children, even for a little bit?
Okay, I had helicopters going after a child once. I panicked so hard. She had I was doing laundry and she didn't see me, so she went out the front door, which I didn't realize, and you just don't know. All of a sudden they can reach the lock, right? And
Yeah.
so she was at that stage where she could reach the lock and she walked out the front door. I think she was looking for me. But then we had little ducks in this pond, and so she started following the ducks apparently, and she followed them to another part of the neighborhood. And so we had helicopters and police and everybody, and the neighbors were all running around looking for her. And she was just across in another part of the neighborhood playing with the ducks. So yeah,
Uh,
I've had that happen a time or two.
I haven't mobilized helicopters in my time, but I can see myself doing the same thing. Well, we wanted to show you. I know Marty has a video, quick short video on this. Oh, okay. We're gonna show you at the end, but I want to make sure you guys all see this because I find this. It's called a Gizmo Pal. I find it one of the innovations for your kids. It's not necessarily directly tied to the smart home theme, but it is for a smart family to have one of these if you have young kids and you go out with them. So definitely something to watch at the end of the recap. Thanks, Marty. So, Sugar, tell us about your smart devices in the home. What are some of the things that you love that you use at home?
Well, one of the things that I had finally decided that I needed to have, we were living in Mexico. We're back in San Diego, and we would travel back and forth. And so I was really worried about just, who was at the door, who was in the room, who was in the house. And so having the light switch on and off, we didn't have automatic lights. It wasn't our house. It was a rental. So we ended up using this cute little device. It
Mm-hmm.
plugs into the wall and it connects to our router. and then through our phones and through the router, we were able to turn our lights on and off. So this was one of the things that I absolutely loved. And what I would do is I wouldn't put it on a timer. You can, but what I decided I wanted to do, I wanted to kind of look more natural. Every time I turned the lights on wherever we were, I went onto my phone and I turned the lights on the Wemo as well. So it's the little balcony. I'm sorry. It's the it's the Wemo switch. I always forget which one's which. But we got a ton of these and we just have them all over the house now. And so
Do you know how much they cost?
I forget.
We're gonna get the price, but these are not expensive devices. The Wemo switch.
No, I'm cheap. So for me to go around and run, it didn't cost me that much to, plug up the whole house. But it was like a year and a half ago, and I have the worst memory. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So just to clarify the way it works, this Belkin Wemo light switch, you plug it into the wall and you connect through your smartphone, and you can turn on or turn off whatever is plugged to that wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
So anything. So you could turn on mute. I don't know. I don't know what else. The Christmas tree lights. If you had Christmas tree lights, you can turn them on and off from far away.
Right.
But that always makes it feel like there's somebody in the house, something's going on. So if there's no car in the driveway, but the lights are kind of randomly turning on and off everywhere, and it's not the same time at the same, that worries me too about having it on a timer. Yeah. But it seems like kind of fake. Like somebody can sit there and watch your house for 3 days and know that it's a timer. So
that's true. That's true.
I watched Home Alone.
Yeah. I've watched it way too many times. I can recite some of that dialogue myself too. Okay, so how about thermostats? Do you use any of the smart thermostat, Nest thermostat, any of that?
You know what? That's something that we need to get to. And then when I was following along on the VZWBuzz chat earlier, I was reminded that I also need to get a smart lock. We needed this last week really, really bad. I left early to go up to LA, and my husband was out on a bike ride, and I thought he had his key with him. And who leaves the house without their key? Well, yeah. Apparently my husband did. So I was already up in LA, and he was like, I can't get in the house. So we had to go down to our neighbors, and who has they're the owner's kid who owns a house, and they let us in, thankfully. Mm-hmm. But I was like, wouldn't it be so easy if I could just go and let him in, or he could just get himself in without a problem? So that's one of the things I think we're gonna probably get ourselves for New Year's. But I do have, this one's my favorite. This is, you know what? Okay, here's the thing. I don't understand people that do the secret nanny cams. If you know something's up, tell the nanny, I got a cam on you, and then they'll behave themselves. Yeah. Why wait until you get this crazy video? I mean, unless you want a lot of hits on YouTube or want to make it on the news, but then, that's just, why do you want to see that?
I so agree. Oh. It's the same idea as telling your kids that you have access to their devices. It prevents them from doing things that you don't want them to do in the first place. So I agree with you. I don't think people should be caught red-handed. It's better to warn them that you can catch them.
Not only that, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to, I don't want that in my head. Like some of the videos where I see nannies beating kids, I still can't get those pictures out of my mind. Anyway, so this lives on our mantle. And so, when I have to run out and do something, I'm like, you guys do your schoolwork on the coffee table. I'm watching you.
Yes, it's a little creepy, but yes, if you have to.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, it's somebody, I think the tech dad once pointed out that privacy is earned when you're a child. You have to earn it. Yeah. Right? And so you have the nanny cam, well, not the nanny cam, you have the Belkin camera. And is that the kind that you can speak to?
This one, this isn't the speaking one, but this one is the one that you can turn on and off also remotely, and you can view everything remotely. So that was really all I needed. I didn't know you could talk to it. You could talk to it? This isn't the one.
There's one you can talk, and you can make your pets crazy. If you're traveling, you can talk to your pets. Yeah. Imagine imagine in that other situation, like with the nanny cam, if you're watching and she's doing something, you could actually scream at her or him. Um, if you watch Modern Family, the guy calls himself the Manny Cam, not the nanny cam. But I'm sorry, I digress.
That's a
Yeah.
great show, by the way.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. But so we have the smart locks, right? The way that you can, open your door lock remotely with your smart device. We have the Belkin various gadgets. By the way, that Belkin Wemo switch is $38 or thereabouts,
Oh,
depending on the
I knew
retailer.
it was under 50, but I wasn't sure. I'm like, how much under 50 is it? Because anything that goes over 50, I start like scratching my head going, what's it
Yeah,
worth? What's it worth? But really, I mean, honestly, if I always have to step back and think about it. What is it worth to know that your house is safeguarded? I mean, we do all these
yeah,
things to safeguard our wallets, our cars, everything else, and our house has everything in it. It has our albums, it has our computers, it has our stereos, it has our
yeah,
our record collection. It has
yeah.
everything. Yes, we have a record collection. We're old.
Yes, you're dating yourself.
I,
Yes, you
we're cool.
you do. You have an LP record collection,
Right.
no
I was
less.
I have to walk over there.
And I
Anyway,
want
so
to see your VHS collection as
oh no,
well. I'm sure you have one of those.
we got rid of those. But we
Yeah,
kept the LPs.
yeah. If you keep asking, I'm sure we're gonna go way back. But
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean like five of these, right? Even if they were $50. I don't know how big people's houses are. We live kind of small. I like keeping things small, less to clean. But like
yeah, yeah,
five of these is $250 with tax, maybe. Not even, you know? I mean, for
yeah,
$250 to just, and then, like your app, you just download the app and you're just like, do, 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 from wherever, you just helped keep your stuff safe.
yeah.
I don't know. It's an easy investment.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, so reasons to actually think about the connected home or thinking about these technologies have to do with, and Robin wrote a great post on the Online Mom about it. It's called "A Connected Home is a Safer Home." So it's
Yeah.
safer because obviously you have, you know, ways to prevent things like fires and others, right? You can, quickly address emergencies if you have to,
Right.
but also energy savings. So I know, we tend to waste a lot of energy in the winter here in these parts. You don't know much about this, but
Yeah, I was
um,
gonna say I don't know what you're talking about.
you don't worry. You don't worry too much about this, but
You just buy
it's this
blankets.
idea that you can actually control the temperature, and oftentimes if you're away, you can turn the temperature down, but before you get home, you can remotely turn the temperature back up a little so that when you arrive, you don't walk into a freezing home that takes, good couple hours to actually heat up. So there's
Yeah.
things like that. And then of course the quick set Kivo, which is that lock we were talking about that allows you to unlock it
You
remotely.
gotta get that. I have got to get that. I seriously, I mean, last week, and then we had somebody come and watch the dog, and so she was in and out, turning on and she was like, "Why are the lights turning on and off?" I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
gee.
that there
But
it's so useful. Or if you need to let someone in temporarily, right? You can send that
exactly, you could give them
code
a,
in.
a code.
And then oh, Robin, I believe, just posted that. It's great. It's a really great blog on these options. How many times have you lost a pet or lost your keys? Too, there's
Oh.
devices, the HTC Fetch, that allow you to find your keys
Mm-hmm.
through your smartphone, right? It locates your keys. Right? I know I need that. Have you
Yeah.
ever
Well, and
played with one
and
of
I
these?
don't have it. Of course, it's on another set of keys. There's Nokia has a little, or well, it's Microsoft now, has a little, a gizmo that attaches to your phone. We got them in San Francisco when we
Yep,
were
the
there,
tag.
and
Yeah, I
it's a
think so.
tag, and so it goes on your keys, and you can find your phone, and your phone can find your keys. If you know me, if you've spent any time with me, you know there are two things I'm constantly looking for: my phone and my keys. What are the most important things that a mom needs? Her phone and her
Yeah,
keys.
and I
Those
lose
two
them both too. Yeah,
Yeah. And
crazy.
losing that along with my mind, and what are you gonna do?
Well, you're entitled. You're entitled. We moms have a right to do that. Um, and also, how many times I used to when we first got Brody, our dog, who I adore and love, and he was a real sweet little puppy, but he would run away. Every so often he'd be like, and I was totally against those, those buzzers on the neck. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I can't do that.
I
And
know.
so if I had had this tag pet tracker, the interesting thing about Brody is that every time he ran off, which must have been, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 times, I thought my life had ended. But he always went to the nicest home in the neighborhood. He never chose anything other than the nicest, biggest home. So
Got a little fancy dog. You know, what's funny is I didn't actually think that we needed anything like that either until the other day when all of a sudden I heard my dog barking. And our dog is really good. He stays in the neighborhood. We don't have fences. We moved into a place without it, too many gates or anything. But he's been really, really good. And then all of
right,
a sudden this guy comes up and the dog's barking and I'm like, why is this guy coming up? He's like, well, I just kind of walked him back here from the Walmart. There's a Walmart like blocks away. And I'm like, Walmart? Hey, like, what were you trying to go get? Were you out of kibble? I mean, like,
he went
did
to
you,
Walmart.
did you need some batteries for something? I don't know.
He heard about some specials, but yeah.
I
So
know.
on this blog, the tag pet tracker that Robin talks about is really kind of smart, right? You just put it on his little tag, and then you can find him. It's
That's a
how
great idea. Yeah. Then you don't have to worry. 'Cause I mean, that's right now, especially in the holidays. That's like a busy area, and everybody's and it's just any time people driving, they don't see little dogs, and God, I just like it made my heart stop, and I thought, oh, what would life with TJ, without TJ be like? And I don't want to even think about that. So I think that's the other thing, the next smart gadget we get after the locks, or maybe before. What's more important? I don't know. Maybe we'll get them both.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so two things to just wrap up on the smart home is that you can actually find a real life scenario of what a smart home options are for you at any of the Verizon destination stores. If you are near the Mall of America, they have this great, beautiful dollhouse where everything is highlighted that can work within the home for you, including entertainment, things like Chromecasting, so that you can actually project what's on your smartphone right onto your TV. So be sure to check those out because you can actually see them live in action and in all three of the destination stores in Houston, in Chicago, and in the Mall of America in Minneapolis, you can actually talk to people exactly as to how they all work together and whether or not they suit your lifestyle and your home. Keep you safe and energy efficient and probably enjoying a lot of entertainment that you may have on YouTube or other sources, even streaming that you can use in your own TV or surround sound, a couple other options like that. Do you use any of these entertainment options at home?
We're actually I can screencast from my Microsoft phone. So I've done that before, and that's really kind of cool. I remember you used to have to actually, buy big gadgets and do all that good stuff, but it's just like technology is so amazing. I love my entertainment being so easy.
It is when it's easy, right? When it's all work. It's still fascinating when you're like sitting on the couch and you want to play. Recently, I have to admit, even though my daughter is 15, we played Frozen again, and it was right there on my, not the sing-along version, although we do sing along, and you can play it right from your phone, right on the TV. It's absolutely incredible when it works. When you actually put it up there, it's amazing, right?
Yeah, and what's great is before, you used to see just distortion, and now everybody's making everything so good that even on the TV it looks good. There's
Yeah,
no, you get a little bit, it's not crystal clear, but it still looks really great on a big screen.
it does. It does. It does look good. A couple of things I want to remind people of too. If you live in Southern California, there are some great promotions. I don't know if you all remember Rafa Marquez. You might be hearing him on the radio and segments called this that hashtag Despierta Tech. So be sure to check out those promotions. And Rafa Marquez, which is in Southern California, is one of my big heroes. I love him. I would travel far to to meet him wherever he might be. He's a famous soccer player with the and I don't know if you've met him. Have you ever met him, Sugar? I know he's not far from you over there.
I just got to meet Mia Hamm last week, though. I mean, I know she's not
Oh, awesome.
really awesome. She was helping out with a bunch of kids, and it was a really great event. But yeah, soccer
is
so
one
good, it's
great
like
lady.
picking up steam. Well, she was one of the people that really made, soccer more popular here like long ago, and so I'm glad people are really getting into the sport.
Yeah, this is true. So again, Lee, that's in the Southern California area. There's international long distance deals that you need to check out at Verizon Wireless. So if you're calling home, this is a great time to sign up for those. And in Connecticut, the other side of the country, over here in a little bit colder area, Connecticut, there's a Home Phone Connect option for you as well. So be sure to check that out. And that's kind of our chat for today. We're going to be giving away the new Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Have you played around with that yet, Sugar?
Yes, I have. It's really cool. I love
so glad.
the big size. The big size tablets. I carry a big tablet or a phablet. I love the term phablet. So I carry a phablet around. It's just easier on the eyes, when you get a little when you're over 30.
Yeah, and you need large print.
For those of us over 30.
Over 25, I was going to say for you.
There you go.
It's funny, I am just remembering when I first met you was at one of those blogger conferences. And it was absolutely so amazing to see that you were in that room and my hero for so long. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sugar Jones is here. Now we're buddies. It's so wonderful to be connected socially and
I know. Technology is amazing.
Yeah. So we do have a winner. I'm so grateful that we could have your wisdom and your input, Sugar, and that you are getting some rain. I know the drought has been really tough in California, and it's such a huge agricultural state. We need the rain in California to help feed the rest of us. So I'm grateful that that's finally come through.
More spinach for everybody.
Among other things. Don't tell the kids, but yes. Our winner today of this amazing device, I'm sorry if it's a little dark all of a sudden, it got dark here in the studio, is Tanya Taylor, and your hashtag is going to be TTaylor2U2. So congratulations, we're going to send this one right out to you. It's an amazing device. It's also my favorite device at this time. Along with the Droid Turbo, it's a really tough choice, but I love them both. One's smaller, one's larger, so different uses, as you said. If I'm blogging or sharing, it's really useful to have the big screen for sure. Yeah. So thank you so much, Sugar. Have a great weekend, and we will be back next week here on Friday again. So be sure to tune in for another edition of the video recap after the VZWBuzz chat, and thank you to Verizon for sponsoring the Mobile Lifestyle Chat. Thanks again.
Remember when you were a kid? You lived for having fun. You lived for hide and seek, making forts, catching fireflies. With Gizmo Pal by LG from Verizon, now we can have fun, the same way you did.
Hi, I'm Gizmo.
With two-way calling, we're always within reach. If we want to call, all we have to do is press a button. And with the Gizmo Pal app, you'll know where we are. And you can even set pre-scheduled check-ins and get updates automatically, just like setting an alarm. It's durable, plus it plays fun sounds. With Gizmo Pal from Verizon, we get to play and you get peace of mind. That's what us kids call a win-win.
The best part is Gizmo Pal is only $5 monthly line access on a More Everything plan starting at $15 monthly account access. And since you can pick up a Gizmo Pal at any Verizon store for just $79.99 with no annual contract, it's easy to upgrade to a big kid phone anytime. Only at Verizon.